Four off the block on Vinny Lopes, and we are now joined by Lewis men's volleyball head coach Dan Friend after his team hosted their annual Fall Festival preseason tournament. Coach, pretty good start for your team in the preseason. You go 3-1 in your matches, but I'm sure beyond the record, you want to get a sense of your team and see some stuff. How do you feel your team played today?
I thought there was definitely some good spots. I think get to see a couple of the different conference teams for sure, and I get to play some different guys. We had some guys, some of our red shirts got to play for the first time in terms of first match experiences, so that was good for them to see. But all in all, a good day, you know what I mean? And took tons of notes and got a lot of good film, and it'll be a great teaching tool as we look to improve next week and the rest of the fall season.
Coach, looking at your team, especially at the Pins, you have a bunch of all-conference players returning. I know Julian Moses is coming back from injury, and then you have a good group of players. How deep do you feel you guys are going to be at the Pins this season?
We've got some great depth for sure. You know what I mean? I mean, Julian's just starting to get back into the mix. It was great to see him play a couple matches today. And Dalen is much improved, and he's right in the mix of that. And you got Walinga, Kunin, Bouget, and now Meyer too as well is in that mix. He was redshirted last year, so you definitely got some depth and some great arms in terms of being able to serve and terminate from the front pin, as well as the back pin with Mitch and Tommy, two upperclassmen back there. So I like where we're at in that position. I think ultimately it makes it tougher for each guy. They got to work to improve and find a high consistency level.
Well, and talking about the person who's going to be giving them the ball, you know, Matt Yoshimoto entering his second season as the starter, how do you feel that he's improved since this time last year?
Well, I think, from the standpoint of learning the game, and that's what we're really trying to do, is become a better setter. Ultimately, Yoshi's super physical, and he brings a ton of attributes between how well he jumps and how hard he can serve and things like that. But our big thing in the fall is, like, why are we running what we're running? And can we be consistent in terms of delivering the ball the way we want to? And so those are some primary focus points for us in the fall with him and the other setters.
And, Coach, looking at this fall season, what has been your biggest point of emphasis so far?
I would for sure integrating our new middles. Ultimately, you've got a couple guys that are returning, and Danny Maurer and Nick Vanderzanden that had some time last year, but ultimately weren't starters the whole time. So it's a position for us with Tyler Mitchum and TJ Murray, along with those two guys, and Joe Kester, they're all learning that position, and we got to learn around them too and implement them into the systems and feel comfortable and trust them, and that's a pretty big piece. And then I think the other piece is, every coach is going to work on serve and pass, but we're trying to get better about running our middle big stuff and being a more effective part of our offense.
Yeah. Now, Coach, I want to ask, was there one player in particular who stood out for you today or in your preseason so far who's really made big improvements?
Well, ultimately, I think Tyler Mitchum, he's a 6'11", jumps well, long arms, big guy, do you know what I mean? And so I think he's definitely got his feet wet today and did some really nice things for us. And along with TJ Murray at the same time, both those new guys really kind of, getting into a little bit of a groove and learning what it's going to take to play at that level in terms of that. So I thought those guys were doing some nice things for us. And then I thought Bouget was really serving the ball very effective for us and creating a lot of havoc back there in terms of that.
And, Coach, look at the big picture. Obviously, the conference is going to be really tough this season, but is there a belief among your team that, that could be the year you guys win the MIVA and return to the NCAA tournament?
That's the goal. Yeah, I think, we haven't won a MIVA tournament since 2012. And I know we've been in the finals a handful of times, but, the goal is to win the MIVA tournament. And we want to have a great regular season and put ourselves in that position to do that. And then ultimately, if you're doing that, you're putting yourself in the NCAA tournament, and then we can talk about what we want to accomplish in that. But, we really want to get back to, putting ourselves in that position to win that tournament and accomplish that goal.
Yeah. All right, Coach, a final question. We'll let you go on this. What is the overall buzz around campus right now, just with volleyball, with you guys revving up, and then, the women's team is #1 in the country right now for Division II teams?
We've always had a great following, both among the students and the community itself. My wife does a fantastic job with the women's program, and so both teams support each other throughout, as well as the athletic department. So I've seen a little bit of it goes years through years in terms of kind of fan support, but I think you've seen a resurge of all the teams kind of supporting each other. And when you're at a little bit of a smaller school like ours, that really goes a long way in terms of that. And so we're very thankful for that in terms of the support structure within those students, those athletes, and everything. And so it's great to see.